The golden age of the oil cartel is over and the divorce papers have finally been signed. On May 1st, 2026, the United Arab Emirates officially ended its nearly 60-year membership in OPEC. This is the zero day of the energy world, a sudden vulnerability in the systems that control global inflation. At Visual Link, we are investigating why one of the world's most stable oil powers decided to go rogue. Before we break down the secret pivot to AI and nuclear power, please share and subscribe to track this shift. For decades, OPEC acted as the central bank of oil, maintaining a fragile balance in global prices. But the UAE has grown tired of production quotas that limit its massive 4 million barrel per day capacity. The exit isn't just about selling more oil. It is a calculated bet on the future of sovereign power. The UAE is signaling that the era of cartel discipline is a relic of the past that they can no longer afford. If you find these deep dives into the hidden gears of the global economy essential, make sure to share and subscribe. The rift between Abu Dhabi and Riyadh has been widening for years over divergent economic visions. While Saudi Arabia focuses on its Vision 2030, the UAE has already pivoted to a post-oil reality. The UAE's exit effectively breaks the petrodollar monopoly that has governed the West for half a century. In a digital view of the global trade map, you can see how the UAE is now free to negotiate its own energy deals. This move gives the Emirates the flexibility to trade oil in whatever currency they choose, including digital assets. The zero-day metaphor applies perfectly because once the cartel is breached, the old security of fixed prices vanishes. Global markets are now bracing for a period of extreme volatility as the UAE brings millions of new barrels to market. Central banks around the world are currently recalculating their inflation forecasts based on this sudden supply surge. But the most interesting part of this story isn't the oil, it is what the UAE plans to do with the money. The Emirates are redirecting their massive sovereign wealth into becoming the global hub for Agentic AI. By 2026, the UAE has integrated AI into 50% of its government sectors to eliminate bureaucracy and speed up innovation. They are building the world's most advanced AI data centers fueled by a massive expansion in nuclear energy. The Barakah nuclear power plant now provides 25% of the nation's domestic energy needs for a fraction of the cost. This allows the UAE to export almost 100% of its oil production while powering its own tech-driven future with carbon-free energy. They are effectively trading their black gold for silicon power as fast as humanly possible. The Great Energy Gamble is a race to become the first post-petroleum superpower in the Middle East. The UAE's exit is a direct challenge to the influence of the United States and the stability of the dollar. If other OPEC members like Kuwait or Iraq follow suit, the entire structure of global energy will collapse. Visual Link is dedicated to showing you the technical shifts that define your financial future. The data suggests that the UAE believes the energy transition is moving faster than the world realizes. They would rather be a free agent in a competitive market than a restricted member of a dying cartel. This is a high-stakes divorce where the UAE is keeping the house, the car, and the future technology. Every time you fill up your car or pay your electric bill, you are feeling the ripples of this May 1st decision. The UAE is now prioritizing energy security over cartel loyalty, especially with tensions rising in the region. The closure of the Strait of Hormuz has forced Abu Dhabi to diversify its export routes and port capacities. They have increased their eastern port capacity by 20-fold since the regional conflicts began in early 2026. This infrastructure allows them to bypass traditional choke points and maintain a direct line to Asian markets. The move is a zero-day because it exposes the weakness of any organization that relies on the status quo. The old rules of diplomacy are being overwritten by the cold logic of data and technological supremacy. If the UAE succeeds, they will become the most efficient and advanced economy on the planet. If they fail, they risk an energy price war that could bankrupt the region and trigger a global depression. But the leadership in Abu Dhabi has never been afraid of taking calculated risks for long-term growth. They are building green corridors and dry ports to facilitate trade in a world that is rapidly changing. Visual Link is pulling back the curtain on the energy shifts you never see but rely on every single day. If you value the transparency of our global financial systems, please help us grow by hitting that share and subscribe button. The deeper we look into the energy markets, the more we realize that the oil era is entering its final act. The UAE is simply the first to stand up and walk out of the theater before the lights go dark. The history of OPEC is a history of power, but the future belongs to those who own the algorithms and the atoms. In 2026, silicon power is the only currency that truly matters in the race for global dominance. The UAE's nuclear revival is proof that they are planning for a 75-year cycle of stability and growth. While the rest of the world debates the transition, the UAE is already living in the post-carbon future. This move represents a massive intelligence failure for those who believe the cartel was unbreakable. The volatility in the oil market is just the beginning of a larger global realignment of power. Your awareness of these invisible shifts is the best way to protect your own financial interests. Knowledge is the only hedge against the inflation triggered by a changing world order. Stay vigilant, stay curious, and always look at the energy data behind the headlines. The ocean of energy is shifting, and the UAE is currently the most agile ship on the water. As we conclude this investigation into the OPEC exit, please share and subscribe to support our mission of truth. Your engagement allows us to keep digging into the high-stakes secrets that define our modern survival. Don't take the price at the pump for granted today. It is the result of a silent war for economic freedom. The threat of a price war is real, but the promise of a tech-driven future is even more compelling. We will see you in the next video, where we will explore the next frontier of global energy and the Silicon Shield. The truth is often hidden in the numbers, but together we can bring it into the light of day. Thank you for watching Visual Link and for being part of our growing community of digital explorers. The end of the cartel is just the beginning of a new story for the human race and its energy needs. The map of the future is being drawn in Abu Dhabi, and we are here to help you read the lines. Take care of your data, watch the energy markets, and always remember that the best security is an informed mind. Visual Link is signing off from the center of the energy shift. Stay safe out there in a world of changing power. The end of this script is just the beginning of your journey into the true nature of global energy. We are moving beyond the crude and into the calculated, where energy is code and power is absolute. Every barrel of oil now fuels a server that is learning how to outpace the rest of the world. The UAE has turned its back on the group to find its own path in the vast desert of the future. The sand is shifting, and the giants of the past are beginning to sink beneath the weight of their own history. The world is watching Abu Dhabi to see if this gamble will pay off or if the desert will reclaim the dream. Stay tuned as we witness the birth of a new era where energy cartels are replaced by data dynasties.